It's 10 a.m. on WKYT Midmorning. Police arrest a man accused of killing a Kentucky mother of four in a hit-and-run crash.
Investigators identify a young man who was killed in a weekend crash in Lexington.
And people go flying when an escalator malfunctions and speeds up with dozens of people on it.
This is WKYT Midmorning.
Good morning. Hope you had a great weekend. Here we are. It's Monday. I'm Bill Bryant.
And I'm Barbara Bailey. Okay, I guess this is supposed to be the relatively warm day. And tomorrow again, chance of another freeze.
Right, and it looks like the temperatures are all over the board through the week.
Aren't they?
Head toward Keeneland's opening on Friday. Here's meteorologist Micah Harris ahead of the news.
Yeah, and this up and down pattern is just not going to stop anytime soon. We are looking outside and seeing that front get a little bit closer as we roll toward the noon hour. We do have a few showers to the north of I-64, and not only that, but that's actually putting off that cloud cover in that area too. Where you are not seeing the cloud cover, check this out. We're looking southbound, and this is from Lexington looking south. Remember, if I turn this the opposite direction, we'd see a lot of clouds. But it's a really nice day, and so we're already at 60 degrees here in Lexington, 61 in Richmond. But what happens as we get into the afternoon, next few hours, the showers will start to be on the increase, and so will the cloud cover, and that'll limit our temperatures from rising too much more. We'll be there in the mid-60s later on this afternoon. Focus of the forecast is overnight with a freeze warning, and not only that, maybe a few flakes in the forecast later on this work week, and that's snowflakes. I'll have that coming up.
You do remember it's April, right?
Right.
Okay. Let's get to the news this morning. In Mercer County, deputies have arrested a man who's now accused of killing a mother of four in a hit-and-run crash.
Matthew Warner is charged with leaving the scene of an accident and tampering with physical evidence. Deputies say Heather Lawrence was hit by a truck while crossing US 127 near Highway 1160. Her husband says she left the house early Sunday morning after an argument. He went looking for her and found her dead in the road.
They didn't even slow down. They didn't even try to stop. There's no skid marks over there. I mean, what kind of animal does this? How can you live with yourself?
Deputies say they found the truck Warner was driving because he allegedly left it behind and had a woman call investigators to report it stolen. The 21-year-old was arrested after deputies interviewed the owner of the truck.
New on WKYT Midmorning, investigators have identified the young man who was killed in a Lexington crash. The coroner says 22-year-old Robert Rucker of Nicholasville was in the passenger seat of a car that crashed on Athens Boonesboro Road yesterday. He was ejected from the vehicle and died at the scene. The coroner says speed was a factor in the crash. The driver was injured and was taken to UK hospital. We have no word if he will be facing any charges. And a man and woman were seriously injured in a crash on Versailles Road in Lexington. Police say the couple tried to cross the road near Keeneland when they were struck by a car. The woman was rushed to UK hospital with life-threatening injuries. The man was also seriously hurt.
We've learned who investigators arrested for a weekend fire that seriously damaged a Lexington home. 18-year-old Daniel Prather is charged with arson. He'll be arraigned today. Yesterday morning's fire damaged a house on Ohio Street off East 6th Street. Firefighters say no one was living in the house at the time. Now, according to his arrest citation, firefighters say Prather had soot on his hands and witnesses saw him around the home before the fire started. In Adair County, state police say a body was found inside a burning townhome. Troopers there say that the fire on Watson Road in Columbia, the owner of the home found the body inside a day later. The body is now at the state medical examiner's office. Troopers do not know who the person is or how that person died.
The family of a Lexington native who was killed in a terrorist attack in Belgium is planning to make funeral arrangements for her today. Stephanie Schultz's family says her and her husband's bodies have arrived in the U.S. Stephanie and Justin Schultz were in the Brussels airport when it was attacked by suicide bombers last month. There is already a service planned for Sunday in Gatlinburg, where Justin called home.
Kentucky's Attorney General says Governor Matt Bevin has until Friday to restore cuts to higher education or face a lawsuit. Through executive order, the governor slashed funding to higher education by 4.5% last week. But Attorney General Andy Beshear says Bevin's move was illegal since the state is not facing a declared budget shortfall. Meanwhile, lawmakers in Frankfurt are still trying to work out a 2-year budget. There's just one legislative day left this session, and that's April 12th. Well, tomorrow's Wisconsin primary is shaping up to be a close race for both Democrats and Republicans.
But the outcome could have a significant impact for Donald Trump, where a loss would make it much harder to clinch the nomination. Brian Webb reports from the campaign trail on what's going on out there.
At a campaign rally in West Allis, Wisconsin, Donald Trump said it's time for John Kasich to get out of his way.
You shouldn't be littering up the process, because that's what he's doing. It's really a disgrace, I'll tell you.
Kasich tweeted, "That's not how our republic works, Donald. We'll keep fighting until someone reaches a majority of delegates." Looking at the promise. Ted Cruz made several stops in Wisconsin Sunday, insisting he's the Republicans' best shot at winning the White House.
Nominating Donald Trump would be a train wreck. And that's not fair to train wrecks.
A CBS News Battleground Tracker poll shows Ted Cruz 6 points ahead of Trump in Wisconsin, with John Kasich far behind.
It's probably the last chance for a while to put a dent into Donald Trump's lead. It is that kind of conservative state.
The same poll shows Bernie Sanders 2 points ahead of Hillary Clinton. Sanders spoke to a crowd of several thousand at the University of Wisconsin-Madison.
If we do not allow the Trumps of the world to divide us up, the truth is there is nothing that we cannot accomplish.
I am ready on day one to serve you, to be your president and your commander-in-chief.
Clinton spent the day campaigning in New York ahead of the state's April 19th primary. Brian Webb for CBS News.
And polls show Hillary Clinton leads Sanders by about 10 points in New York. Donald Trump has a commanding lead in his home state as well. Federal investigators are looking into what led to a deadly Amtrak derailment outside of Philadelphia Sunday. Officials say 2 Amtrak workers were killed. More than 30 passengers were injured when that train slammed into some equipment on the tracks. The train was coming from New York City on its way to Savannah, Georgia. Sunday's collision comes less than a year after the deadly derailment of Amtrak 188 in Philadelphia that killed 8 people.
More than 11 million documents from the Panama-based law firm have been leaked. The files reveal details of hundreds of thousands of clients and are at the center of an investigation by news organizations around the world. The so-called Panama Papers reportedly show some companies that were sheltered in tax havens being used for suspected money laundering, arms and drug deals, and other illegal activities. A terrifying scene played out at Wells Fargo Center as Philadelphia Flyers fans were filing out of the building following the team's win. An escalator malfunctioned, sending fans speeding down the steps. People were actually being thrown from the escalator and crashing into each other as they reached the bottom. Some tried to bail out over the sides once they got closer to the ground as the pileup grew larger. There were no reports of serious injuries, and that's pretty amazing as you look at that video.
I had always wondered, could that happen? Well, now we know, right?
Yes, but in all of that there were no serious injuries.
Unbelievable,
Wow.
really.
Wow.
Yeah.
We'll keep it right here on Mid-Morning. This fugitive has to be dog-tired.
You would think. Yeah, more on this police pursuit of a pup. It's coming up after weather.
We have the rain to the north, and that's sliding down into the forecast region. That's out ahead of your front. It's what's behind the front that we're interested in. And I'll show you that forecast coming up next.
Now, your zone-by-zone forecast with meteorologist Micah Harris.
We have the rain just to the north of us. And when I say of us, that's here in Lexington where we are located. So just to the north, that's where we have the cloud cover and some rain moving on in. To the south, we have plenty of sunshine and also looking at very nice conditions. Temperatures warming very rapidly. We're there in the 60s already. We're looking northbound and look, the heaviest rain with this is still going to be light rain. You're not going to get a lot of rain out of this. This isn't a very potent system. It's not a strong system. However, it is a cold front that's going to be blowing in some cold air later on tonight and into tomorrow. That's really the focus of this, but this is initially what we're getting at the moment. Millersburg to Paris, Paris back toward Georgetown, a few showers, and that's moving eastbound. North Middletown, you're next in line in about 15 to 20 minutes there near Paris. And then you go down toward the south, and we're looking at 63 already in Monticello. I mean, that's a really nice feel. We'll finish off in the mid-60s for virtually everybody. And going through the day, you'll start to see that rain pick up. Central zones, we'll see it here in the next couple of hours. By around noontime is when it starts to move on in, just around Lexington and southbound. And then you head off toward the afternoon and evening, anywhere from noon to about 6 p.m. That is your best bet. See these showers rolling through much of our viewing area. We're already seeing that to the north, obviously. But then we go overnight and into tomorrow morning. And that is when those temperatures start to really dive. We're talking 27 degrees tomorrow morning. And that has really put into effect a freeze warning from the National Weather Service all across the region. And this is virtually everybody that's viewing us early this morning. Now, we get down toward the south and southwest, toward the Cumberland region. That's where we're not seeing a freeze warning, because those areas, you're looking at Russell County, you're looking at Adair County, Wayne County, McCreary County. Those areas looks like you'll be just above 32 degrees. You may be there if you're looking at Casey County, Pulaski, Taylor, those areas right on the fringe. So yeah, that goes in through tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. The breakdown of the forecast is this: that freeze warning, obviously, and then a few storms on Wednesday. Here's the deal with that. I don't see any severe weather out of that. It's just going to be some showers and thunderstorms, and then possible snow. Yeah, I had to say it. It's going to be on Friday. Unbelievable, right? But this isn't even close to the latest snow we've ever had. That's actually been in May, late May. So, you know, it's been much later. But nonetheless, we're just trying to get rid of it. And unfortunately, guys, it doesn't look like that's going to happen. The next 5 days are pretty active. And then we hit the weekend there for Keeneland. Those 2 days will be slam-packed, Saturday and Sunday. It's opening weekend. Better temperatures. Friday, not many people are wanting to get out in the upper 30s, lower 40s.
Oh, they'll still be there.
Oh, they'll be there.
Still
don't
be
get me wrong. I remember
they just better be bundled up.
Yeah,
that's all.
I think it was 2 years ago we had some really chilly showers, and it was very gusty winds, and I still went out there, and there were still people out there enjoying the time. But the weekend is when everybody will start to zoom on in with nice weather.
It looks like, it starts to warm up a little bit.
Yeah,
looks
absolutely.
good. Thank you.
Well, a fugitive led police on a chase in San Francisco. The runaway was a Chihuahua.
Yeah, he's on 4 legs. Some drivers ratted him out and told police that he was darting in and out of traffic. Police parked traffic to go after the pooch on the San Francisco-Oakland Bay Bridge. Look at that. I mean, he was just off. The pup didn't make it easy for them.
Look at him go.
Yeah, chasing him down there. They eventually caught the little fella, and they turned him over to animal control, and now they're trying to track down his owner. In fact, they've gone on social media now with some posts to say, you know, identify your little runaway Chihuahua.
Well, he went on quite a run. He's probably still kind of recovering from that napping.
Right.
A good dog nap. Well, a steamy new series exposes the double life of a high-end escort, and the Academy of Country Music handed out its top awards.
It was a big night for Kentucky native Chris Stapleton, who won 4 awards, including Male Vocalist of the Year. Suzanne Marquez has your eye on entertainment.
Jason Aldean is country music's Entertainer of the Year.
But I love this business, I love the people in it, and I love the fans that support it, and thank you very, very much.
The Academy of Country Music handed out its awards in Las Vegas last night.
In my coat of many colors.
Performances included a duet starring Dolly Parton and Katy Perry. A dark prequel to the Snow White story opens later this month. The Huntsman Winter's War tells the story of the evil queen and her Ice Queen sister, played by Emily Blunt. Blunt says the character has good intentions, but as a real-life mother, the actress won't be channeling her parenting style.
No, she's horrible. No, I won't. Too icy.
Blunt is expecting her second child later this year. A new TV series follows the life of a high-end escort. The Girlfriend Experience is Steven Soderbergh's adaptation of his 2009 film.
You mean all your clients online?
It stars Elvis Presley's granddaughter, Riley Keough, as a law student with a double life.
It makes you think about moral codes and like what's right and wrong, and everybody's is very personal, and she's very sure of hers.
The Girlfriend Experience premieres on the Starz Network this Sunday. That's your Eye on Entertainment. Suzanne Marquez, CBS News, Los Angeles.
We're to the point of Elvis's granddaughter being a star.
No, there she goes. It'll be fun to see.
Yeah, right. Well, are you looking for summer entertainment for your kids?
Details about the summer camps and activities fair next on WKYT. And Tuesday night's Mega Millions jackpot is $57 million. Wednesday night's Powerball jackpot, $148 million.
It's mid-morning on WKYT, and we welcome you back. Here's a great chance for you and your kids to get a look at all the possibilities when it comes to summer entertainment. The Summer Camps and Activities Fair is coming up in Lexington this Saturday.
To learn more about it, we're joined by Katie Saltz with Lexington Family Magazine, along with Jennifer Hubbard with the YMCA of Central Kentucky. Welcome. Glad to have you in today.
Thank you.
We appreciate it. What can folks find out at Saturday's camp fair that will be going on?
Yeah, well, the Camp and Activities Fair is just this huge event where parents can get all sorts of information about summer fun for their kids. So there's going to be booths by summer camps, enrichment activities, healthcare professionals, child care centers. So it's just a huge variety of organizations and businesses to help your kids plan a really fun summer.
So you have a lot of things going there, and Jennifer, you have a lot of things going at the Y. There are a lot of different camps and activities. You'll have several booths there. Tell us what people can expect at the Y.
All right, so the YMCA has camps for everybody, all ages. So ages 3 all the way up to age 15 in our CIT program. So we're going to be having 8 booths at the Summer Camp Activities Fair. And they'll range anywhere from our sports programs to lacrosse, basketball, volleyball, cooking camp.
Oh, those sound like fun.
Science camp, and then of course our full day camps.
Sounds like you have something for just about everybody, right?
That's correct.
So this is an opportunity really for the kids to see what they would be able to take part in, and the parents too, to make sure they're comfortable with whatever the children sign up for, right?
Right, and parents can get that face-to-face contact with these booths, so that way they can ask questions, and there's going to be activities for the kids, so maybe an arts and crafts booth, they can do science experiments, there's going to be a Gaga pit, so they can play Gaga, which is kind of like a dodgeball type game, so they're going to have so much fun while the parents get their info.
Well, and what a great way to have everybody brought together so you can get those answers to the questions. You have a cover model contest, too. What's that about?
We do. If your child wants to be on a feature cover of Lexington Family Magazine, you can come and have your picture taken for free. We have a professional photographer who's doing those photos, and then we're going to sort through them and choose some winners.
All right, so a star could be born, right? Jennifer, this will be going on from 10 until 2 at Lexington Christian Academy out there on West Reynolds Road. Should people plan to, spend a little time so they can look over their options? Or
Absolutely. Yeah. We'll have lots of different activities. So our sports booth, we'll have Gaga. And so plan on spending a lot of time at that booth. We'll also have a basketball goal, and then we're going to also be making some crazy hats. So lots of activities for everybody.
The kids will be nice and entertained
while
the parents get all the information.
And it's all free.
All
free, no admission.
Well,
Great price tag.
You have it all figured out. Thanks for coming.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, keep it right here this mid-morning.
In just a moment, we'll check in with the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, see what's cooking up on this Monday. It has gravy involved, it looks like. Back in a moment. Coming up in just a little while, it's WKYT News at noon.
More on the arrest of a man accused of killing a mother of 4 in a Mercer County hit and run.
An update on the funeral arrangements for a Lexington native and her husband who were killed in the terrorist attacks in Brussels.
News, weather, and sports ahead at noon on WKYT. Well, we hope you have some napkins ready because these pork chops are going to leave your mouth watering with every bite. Maybe a little messy, but worth it.
Yes, with that gravy especially. Today in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, it is mouth-watering pork chops.
If you find that your pork chops tend to be dry or chewy, I want to share a few tips with you that'll change that forever. First of all, you want to make sure you start off with pork chops that are all about the same thickness. That way they'll cook evenly. And when it comes to seasoning them, don't be stingy. For these, I'm dredging them in some seasoned flour before browning them in butter. Once they're browned, we take them out, add in a bit of garlic, some chopped tomatoes and sliced mushrooms, a touch of browning and seasoning sauce, chopped parsley, and a splash of white wine or chicken broth. After that simmers for a bit, the chops go back in and everything cooks on low until the pork is cooked to medium or medium well. And whatever you do, don't overcook the chops or they'll dry out. According to the USDA, it's perfectly safe to cook pork until it's slightly pink inside, about 145 degrees. Once they're done, make sure you let them rest a few minutes, which is also a trick to keeping these tender as can be. When you serve these with our flavor-packed sauce, get ready to dig into chops that'll raise the bar on how good pork can be. The recipe for our mouth-watering pork chops is online now, so you can add this to your dinner routine. I'm Howard in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we found a mouth-watering way for you to say, ooh, it's so good.
All
Looks
right.
pretty good.
Yeah, that actually looks pretty good.
Some nice warm food for some of the cold
Absolutely.
weather we're going to have
we
this
have
week.
Some cold weather overnight, that is for sure. That freeze warning in effect through 9 a.m. So it's going to be later on tonight, 3 a.m. to 9 a.m. as you wake up in the 20s after a few showers today. Now we get off toward tomorrow. It's much cooler, but it is dry. And then Wednesday, here comes some showers and thunderstorms. Here comes some chilly showers on Thursday. And then the possibility, guys, of some snowflakes flying across the region on Friday. But off towards your weekend, it looks much better. We're really going to dive into that freeze warning overnight and also the possibility, a real possibility, at snow later on this forecast.
Just make the horses run faster at Keeneland, right? Thank you for joining us for Mid-Morning.
We'll see you back here at noon. Have a great day.